a service of C&C Worldwide. Good morning, Rochester. I'm Topher Jancursio with your C&C SportsROC report. So today we got a jam-packed show. We got the SportsROC, and then we got the interview with Elliot, the Mohican Warrior from the Rochester Lancers. But first, real quick, shout out to my two great friends. Happy birthday to Matt from Penfield and Tommy from Ithaca. Switching into the SportsROC, Greece native and the team captain Brian Giunta scored the first 2 goals for the Buffalo Sabres on Monday night. So, yay, that's great. And against the Dallas Stars, who are coached by former Sabres coach Lindy Ruff. So, fun stuff. However, the Sabres managed just 1 more goal, and they lost 4-3. So that's just sad, because what a great start. Oh, well.
Life finds a way.
So, switching over, the 2015 inaugural Indoor Cup game came to Rochester on Monday night, putting the best indoor players from Brazil and Russia, pitting them against each other at the Conner and Ferris field at the Blue Cross Arena. The game featured members of the Rochester Lancers, which included Captain Sales and Marcelo. Goalkeeping, Marcelo stopped 15 shots to help Brazil record a 9-4 win over Russia. Also, due to the weather-related travel issues that kept Brazilian coach Tatu from making the game, Rochester Lancers coach Doug Miller and Ray Martinez directed Team Brazil from the bench. Marcelo subbed for Team Brazil's regular netminder, who was also unable to make the travel and connections to Rochester. So, that's awesome. Now, switching over to our interview with Elliot, the Mohican Warrior from the Rochester Lancers. And I'm here with Elliot from the Lancers, the Mohican Warrior. And Elliot, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank you for being on the show. Just walk us through the season a little bit. What was going through your head? You were injured. You were out for a little bit. And what was that like to you?
Well, what was going through my head was a bit of a concussion. Yeah, it was a very difficult time for me personally. I had suffered a concussion last spring, just kind of playing, some low-key, semi-pro outdoor soccer back home, and it really jarred my brain, and I just got recurring headaches. And so what had happened was it was a re-aggravation of an injury I sustained 7 years ago working construction. So concrete hose I was holding, we worked for a drilling company, it plugged and exploded, and the metal clamp, the end of the hose, whipped back and broke some bones in my face and knocked me out for 7 hours.
Wow.
So that was a pretty, it was a traumatic brain injury. So
yeah,
it took me some years for my brain to heal and get back to a sufficient place. So I still have memory problems and everything, but as far as concussions were concerned, I was not suffering any concussion symptoms beyond the permanent ones, but I was fully active and physical. And when I came to play for the Lancers 4 years ago, I had already had that brain damage, but I could do headers. Everything felt pretty normal. And so then this last year, it just set me back again. I got that concussion, and for 8 months I would get a drubbing headache if I tried to jog. So there's no way I could play. So it was very frustrating, disconcerting to say the least, worrying if I could ever play again or if my mind would clear up. Memory problems were even worse, this last year for me, so that was very frustrating. It's just difficult to stay up on my daily routine,
Oh, yeah, definitely. That would, yeah. Just must have been a lot of, was it fear or more just concern, like, okay, this is happening again? Will I be able to play again? Was that going through your head?
Yeah, I didn't think I'd ever play again, actually.
Wow. Yeah.
And so I mixed emotions about it. I've had to face that before. I've quit soccer for years at a time through my 20s. Like I said, I've worked construction and different things, so I've had to face that. But it is more concerned about my future in general, even beyond soccer. Obviously, it's very frustrating for me not to be physical. I love the impact, the aggression, the physicality of the game, and that's probably what I miss the most through the head injury. But then you also start thinking 10, 20, 40 years down the line.
Exactly.
You only get one brain. So I was just concerned, how fragile am I? How permanent are these symptoms going to be? So I was I was fighting, I wouldn't say depression. It wasn't like black hole depression or anything like that, but definitely the frustration and the concern, was bringing me down quite a bit.
So take us back a little bit. How'd you feel about the whole thing with Soccer Sam dissolving the team and then bringing us forward with Doug Miller resurrecting it? What were your thoughts?
Mixed emotions. I'm friends with Sam. He is my boss and my employer, but I'm also friends with him. And the reasons he had for shutting down the team were fully legitimate, and I supported him in that. Going on 4 years, it's kind of become a local sports staple. The community we've built through the brand of the new Lancers indoor team it's really created a cool community and family around the sport, and I'm very thankful for it. It's given me a lot, personally and professionally. I love being a part of this. Great teammates. It brings me back to Rochester every year, and I'm kind of slowly becoming entrenched here, and so when they pulled the plug on that, it was, it's kind of, what do you do? I mean, I could have gone and tried out for another team, but it just wouldn't be the same. So
exactly.
I was probably going to quit playing anyway, even before my head injury. I just couldn't really see myself playing for someone else after, all the experiences and relationships I built here. So
yeah, definitely. What besides soccer? What are other passions of yours? And do you plan on pursuing them, or have you started pursuing new passions?
Yeah, I kind of live my life and take things as they come. So I don't have a lot of hobbies. I like to see what might, pop up. One hobby I've always had is music. I write lyrics and kind of rap a bit, and so it's kind of between freestyling and doing some recorded stuff. That's always been kind of a side hobby, and I attempted to take that to a more official level and actually do a project of my own. I've kind of collaborated with friends in the past and done different shows, but kind of kept it casual. And I went to record the album. I put a couple songs together, but then my throat gave out. I've had a throat issue for a number of years, kind of based on some stomach acid, burning in my throat, and doctors have been trying to get to the bottom of it. So that kept me out of it. So I would still like to pursue that, if I can get my throat on board. I would love to make music. That's a fun, creative outlet, and I'm a passionate person, so it gives me, another platform to kind of share what I care about. And other than that, I would say traveling. I just love to meet new people and see different cultures and places, and I'm going to do that immediately. Here, I get out of here in about 1 week's time, and I'm going to hit the road.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Where are you originally from? Okay, so you're not from Rochester. Where did you grow up?
Washington State. So I was born and raised in Seattle until I was 12. I did junior high and high school near Spokane, Washington, and then I moved back to Seattle for college and beyond.
Yeah. So out of all the places that you've lived, or where is Rochester on that list? Is it high up on your list?
It depends on what scale you ask. Geographically, weather-wise, it's not my favorite whatsoever because I'm only here in the winter time.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
so, it's kind of a drag. It's pretty here, but the cold and the inconvenience of the snow kind of gets to me. But I'm a relational person. I like, wherever my people are is where I'm content. If you have community, and so there's a wonderful community for me here through soccer, and then even beyond, it's expanded just from meeting people in the community and having friendships here. So Rochester's great. I've kind of it's been slowly hitting me that I might actually live here.
Yeah.
Because I've been kind of a wanderer. I moved all over the place the last 10, 12 years, and I've been in Rochester as much in the last 10 to 12 years more than I've been anywhere else. So
Wow.
I kind of consider it home, even though I'm only here about 5 months out of the year. So
Yeah. So this Mohican Warrior character, how did that come about?
Yeah, that was a roundabout way. So my haircut, I just grew my hair out. I've always kind of done goofy things with my hair or whatever. And so I was just growing it out one last hurrah. And I shaved the sides of it because I was bored. and so I just had this side shave, and I never did the mohawk, but I'd wear it on a ponytail on top. And it was just kind of like this little fountain ponytail, and everyone would call me Pebbles or heckle me and call me little girl like at other teams when we'd play away games. And so I was on the Brother Wease show, and Brother Wease was kind of giving me grief about, what do you do with your hair when you play? Throw it up in a little ponytail? And I told him, I said, well, I like to think of it more as a Mohican Warrior look, because Mohicans would shave part of their head before they went into battle. Of course, Soccer Sam heard that, and he took it and ran with it. So I've been the Mohican Warrior ever since. And then once I started Mohawk on my hair, it really took off. So
yeah, that character and that following you've created out of that. Where do you intend to use it going forward at all? Is there plans for the Mohican Warrior?
I mean, like I said, I kind of take it one day at a time. I just enjoy what's in front of me, enjoy the moment where I am, and if things develop, great. If things fizzle out, that's fine too. I like the spontaneity of life, and so I try not to plan too much. My 5-year plan fluctuates between 1 week to 3 months. I don't really look too far beyond that.
Yeah. Well, we are out of time, so Elliot, thank you for letting me and my listeners get to know you better today, and I really appreciate the call.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me.
That's the C&C Sports Rock Report for today. Come back tomorrow for the C&C Sports Rock Report.